Hello and welcome to Sheba Online Classes, Standard 8. Today I'll be taking Unit 3, Supplementary, the 3 questions. It is written by, the author's name is Leo Tolstoy. Okay, now this is a very amazing story, very interesting. This whole story is revolving around 3 questions. That is, complete story is, it has a main topic is 3 questions. What that king is asking. He wants to become a good king. So he's got so many 3 questions running in his mind. So how can I become a good king? So he asks 3 questions. So this story is completely woven around or revolving around these 3 questions only. So before that, I would like to tell you about the author. That is, the author is Leo Tolstoy. He is a Russian writer. He published this in 1885. The story takes the form of a parable and it concerns a king who wants to find the answers to what he considers the 3 most important questions to make a life better life to live. Okay, and he wanted to become a just ruler and how he should rule the kingdom. So everything is based on these 3 questions only. So let's listen to the story. The 3 questions adapted from Leo Tolstoy. The 3 questions. Once there was a king who wanted to know the answers to 3 important questions which were puzzling him. He thought that he would never fail in anything he might undertake if he knew the answers to these questions. His 3 questions were: how can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need the most to help me with the work? How do I know which is the most important thing to do? Then the king said, I announce a great reward to anyone who can give the right answer to my question. The most learned men came to the kingdom. Each one had a different answer to the king's first question. One of them said, every action we should draw up a plan in advance, a timetable of days, months and years, and must live strictly according to the plan. And only with this timetable, everything can be done at a proper time. Another scholar declared, it is important to decide the right thing for every action. If you avoid getting absorbed in idle pastimes and attend to all that is going on around you, you can manage the most important tasks. The third scholar said, however attentive the king might be to what is going on, it is impossible for one to decide correctly the right time for every action. I think that the king should set up a council of wise men who would help him to fix a proper time for everything. Some scholars contradicted this and said, some things might demand immediate action, or of course this, we need to know what is happening in the future. So only magicians can tell the king what is going to happen in the future. Therefore, one must consult magicians. Equally various were the answers to the second question. Some said the king needs the counselors the most. Some said doctors. Some said priests. And while the others said soldiers. The answers to the third questions were even more confusing. They ranged from focusing on science to warfare to religion, worship, etc. This confusion led the king to meet a hermit who was widely known for his wisdom. The hermit lived in the woods and never met anyone, some common people only. So the king disguised himself as a common man and went to meet the hermit. When the king reached the woods, the hermit was digging the ground for planting herbs. Seeing the king, he greeted him and went on digging. The hermit was frail and weak, and each time he stuck his spade into the ground and turned the soil, he breathed heavily. The king waited, but the hermit continued to work. The king decided that he would ask the questions anyway. I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask 3 questions. They are: how can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need the most to help me with the work? How do I know which is the most important thing to do? The hermit continued digging without giving any answer to the king's questions. He looked terribly tired. The king said, "You look very tired. Can I help you?" And took the spade from him and started digging. After he had dug 2 beds, the king repeated his questions. The hermit gave no answer. The king went on digging. The sun was almost setting. Suddenly, they heard footsteps. Someone running towards the hermit's hut. He was bleeding from a large wound in the stomach. He fell fainting on the ground. The king and the hermit took him inside the hut. The king cleaned the wound, repeated and covered it with his handkerchief, and with the towel the hermit had given, the blood stopped flowing after a few hours. But the king continued to take care of the wounded man all night. In the morning, when the man awoke, he stared at the king for a few seconds, and he was overcome with shame when he realized it was the king who had saved his life. "Forgive me," said the man to the king. The king said, "Why should I forgive you? Who are you?" "I am your enemy from the neighboring kingdom who had sworn to kill you because you had killed my brother in a battle. When I heard that you were coming to meet the hermit in the forest in disguise, I followed you and wanted to kill you. But your men, however, caught me and wounded me. How can I thank you for saving my life? If you hadn't looked after me, I would have died. From this day onwards, I will serve you as your most faithful slave. Forgive me." Later the king went out to see the hermit again. "I'm asking you for the last time, can you answer the questions?" The hermit said, "Do you still need an answer? When you came to see me, you saw me working. When you saw that I was getting tired, you decided to help me. If you hadn't decided to stay and help me, you would have been killed by your enemy on your way back. I would say the most important action was helping me. The most important person was someone whom you were helping. Me first and the wounded man later. If that man had died, he wouldn't have made peace with you. Therefore, the most important time is always now. Now means the present. The most important person is the one who needs your help. And the most important action is to comfort the person who needs your help." So children, this is the end of the story. So children, did you like the story? How was the story? Did you like the way we had presented the story to you? It is really understand. Children like to see visuals, isn't it? If you see more visuals, you will understand the story. By just narrating the story, you will not understand. So each character, you see the character, what the other person is saying, and then only by seeing the visuals only, you will absorb the story properly and understand it, isn't it? Now, in this story, what is the moral? Okay, actually, Leo Tolstoy has given you a clear picture, like talking about the importance of the present day. And the person you are, that is who you are related to, that kind of. So let us see the moral of the story. Remember then, there is only one time that is important, and that is now, that is the present. The present is the most important time because it is the only time we have power to act, isn't it? That is, we can only act in the present. We don't know what has happened in the past is the past, and what's going to happen in the future. Do you know anything what is going to happen in the future? No, we don't know what is happening in the future. If the king had known what was in the future, that is when he came to the hermit's place, if he had known what is going to happen to him, would he have gone to the hermit? No. So we do not know what is happening in the future. So we should act in the present. The present only we have got power to control. We cannot control the future or the past. Past is finished. Future is don't know. It's a question mark. And the present we have to act. Next, what is saying? The most important person is the person with whom we are. That is, with whom we are. Who are you surrounded with? Who are you surrounded with? Your family, your parents, your sisters, your brothers. And next family is, who's the next family? The school. That is your teachers. Then your friends. These are the next immediate. Understood? So you are surrounded with these people. These people only you should have respect, give love. So these are the immediate people who you are surrounded with. Okay, so they are the most important persons. Okay, and the important time is what? Now, the present. Now, lastly, the most important action is to do good to that person, because only for that reason man was sent to live in this life. Okay, so we were sent here for what? Simply to enjoy and go off. So these are the morals we should take it up. Okay, so the time and then persons who are surrounded with, and then what's the action? You need to do good. Okay, you should be a good person. Tomorrow people should talk about you, say you are a good person. So this story, every whatever is given to you as a lesson has a lesson. Understood that? So every lesson has got a lesson. That is, it has got a moral value. So you must follow that. So just not a lesson, some lesson, nothing. Every lesson has got some moral. Take up that moral. Live that kind of a life. That's what is being told to you. Okay. Now I am going to tell you about letters. How to write letters. You would have learned in the previous class also. That is, when you were in 6th to 7th, you would have learnt about how to write letters. Now that is in your English too. Now this is C. Now I'll tell you how many types of letters are there. Okay. Now this is letter writing comes in two. That is, one is formal letters, another one is informal letters. Informal letters, I'll tell you first. What is informal letter? Informal letter is personal letters, writing to your friends, to your family. Okay, so writing to your dad, mom. Say for example, you're in your hostel and writing letters. Nowadays, letters. Who's writing letters? Everything. You have a phone in your hand, isn't it? That's all. You only give emails. So the trend is writing emails, giving messages through the phone, isn't it? So, but this you should know. Okay, you should know this. Though you have the technology is increasing, is advancing, even then you should know how to write letters. Okay, so this practice should not go. But if you come to any writing a letter in the government, you have to write a letter only. They will not accept any emails or anything. You have to write a letter, a complaint letter, and give it. You go to the police station, you want to write an FIR, that also is written only. So nothing is like that. So you have to know, this is that is a very compulsory thing to know about letters. Okay, now what is this? Now personal informal letters I told you about, write to your friends and to your family. Now what is formal letters? Formal letter is, what's the first thing? Main thing is leave letter. Now you write leave letters, no? Do you send emails to school? No. If you take leave, what do? You have to definitely submit a leave letter to class teacher, to the school, isn't it? So that you should know how to write. What kind of that is proper language, how you are going to, what is the format of the formal letter. Definitely you should know, isn't it? They will not accept any email or anything like that. So you must know, right? So leave letter is very, very important. It is formal letters. Formal means your official letters. See that? Complaint letters. You go to the police station, you're writing a complaint. See, in your area there are too many thefts. Thefts means a lot of robbery, bikes. You're parking the bike outside, and some people are coming and using fake key and opening and taking your bikes. So that then afterwards a lot of thefts are going on. And then during the evening times, people are snatching the chain and going. So all this complaint letters. A complaint letter, leave letter, and then ordering magazines or books. Okay, you want to order a magazine in one magazine, that is a nice good magazine. You want to buy that. So what should you do? You are ordering. You write to that magazine office and you write, say, I want so and so magazines. I want to subscribe lifetime subscription or monthly subscription, whatever it is. You do. That is, everything is done through this letters only. Then that format also will tell you. The next is job vacancy. Job vacancy, that is in the newspaper there is a job vacancy. So you want to apply for it. So how will you apply? So you say so and so subject you must write, and then you write your name, your date of birth, and then all your certificates, everything should be in the whatever is asked, you have to write it down. So all this is only formal letters. Okay. Formal letters, complaint, leave letter, ordering magazines, job vacancy. So these are the letters. So next class I'll be taking how to write the letters. Okay, how we are going to how to write, that is where address should be, where sender's name, receiver's name, all everything completely I will tell you the format. So this is just a introduction to what it is. Okay, hope you understood. Hope you like the story and composition. You try, if you have any letters, that is any books in your house, take out and see and try to practice it at home. Sorry. Okay, hope you like this class today. Please give comments. Thank you.